Hello, my name is Edith Phillips.
My name is Chris, and I'm 50 years old.
I'm Ben, and I'm 79. I guess what you call bebop or boogie. And I also listen to classical music, which I still do.
I listened to the Beatles and Rod Stewart and all of the oldies but goodies growing up. My father was very much into country and western music, and I think that's why I've always kind of had that as my favorite. My father couldn't understand the Beatles with all that long hair and stuff. He thought that was a little odd, but he didn't, he knew that generations change. When I grew up, we had 33 1/3 vinyl records that we listened to, and prior to that it was the 78 speed records. Then it went to the 33 1/3 records, and the little 45s. It was all vinyl records for the longest time. And then later on, the late 60s, I think, or early 70s is when they came out with the 8-track tapes.
Boom boxes became popular. You girls probably don't know that, but boom boxes, and people would carry them on their shoulder. Cassette tape players.
Jealousy. Our neighbors got it before we did.
We had rabbit ears.
Oh, yeah.
TV, these two little antenna.
Wow, different than it is now, I'll tell you. It was black and white, and the screens were just little round, tiny screens, and they were in huge, big boxes.
The adjustments were finicky, so it was rough.
Actually, when TV first came out and started, they had very minimal. They had American Bandstand, which was a dancing show for kids, and Ed Sullivan, things like that.
We had game shows, talent shows.
You had ABC, NBC, and CBS, and that's what everybody had. So if you would have the Waltons, and you had Happy Days, and you had Little House on the Prairie, and you could culturally talk about those shows.
Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz, they were the hot item.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we would all sit in front of the TV and turn the TV on and watch the Ed Sullivan Show, or with popcorn and sodas and stuff. It was a real family thing, because back then, in those days, that was your entertainment.
So you watched the news, and then you had dinner, and then you watched a TV show, and it was an evening, and it was a family event. Everybody watched the same shows. We did not have that variety.
Over the years, things changed. We had what we called a production TV when we first had a TV where you pulled it out, and it would shoot the colored lights onto the screen and project onto the screen. And now we have the high definition 50-inch, with all the channels, and you can record up to 6 channels at a time, and you have the DVRs and pretty sophisticated stuff now.
Very important. I can remember all those, what you talk about. You can reminisce about all the TV shows
Sure.
of that era. There weren't very many,
Yeah.
There's a few.
Gunsmoke.
Oh, great show.
I mean, it was crazy. Now when you go to the show, it's $8 to get in, and $4 for a popcorn, and $3 for a soda. Back then, you could take a quarter, 50 cents, and you could go to the show and have popcorn and candy and a soda and the movie.
They had good romances, which I hated. There were a lot of black and white movies.
My dad took us, and for some reason, he took us to scary movies a couple of times. I saw The Omen as a kid, and it was horrible. And Jaws. Jaws still affects me to this day.
No.
I have a fear of the ocean still from that movie. I think I was about 9 or 10 years old. And that shark was the scariest thing ever created.